Hey guys, hope you're well. Diana Kerubo here. Welcome back to my channel. It's been long. It's been long since I did a sit down. Like, let's have a chat, you know. It's been, is it 2 months since February? I've not put up a video. Mepitia mengi. I was not okay, my people. So that's why I'm doing today, a sit down with you guys. I tell you 1212 what's up, what's new. As you can see the background. Also there's some new stuff. We've changed a lot. You'll know as we go. So the reason why, guys, hope you can hear me very well. I just bought a microphone, but I didn't know like I'm supposed to charge it. This one, let me show you guys. So it's charging here. Let me show you. Yeah, I didn't know you're supposed to charge it before you like plug it in and all that. So I hope you can hear me, but next time I'll use it. I was like, today I have to do a video. So guys, I'm sorry for missing out of action with a reason. I've not been okay physically, mentally. I've not been in a good space. That's why I have been mute for like 2-3 months. Yeah. So guys, I don't know where to start. Oh God, I wish I had the videos. There's some videos that I had deleted. I wish I had them. I'll find, if I can find them, I'll add on the video. If I don't, bear with me. So guys, as I've said, I've not been okay for a while, mentally and physically. So when my husband left, that was on February. Before he left, we just found out that we were pregnant. So the meaning of I'm not pregnant anymore. I was pregnant. So I was that excited. He was excited. We went to the hospital. Aki nimetembea kwa gyners. No, I went to like 2 gyners. So I went to the gyna. I was like, I was just going, when I found out I was pregnant, I said, let me go for a normal checkup. So guys, I went for a normal checkup. So when they were doing, see the first, like I was 5 weeks pregnant when I went for the checkup. So when they went to do the scanning, they didn't see anything. They did the normal scanning. So the one who was doing the scanning didn't see anything. It was just seeing like blood, whatever. You'll think it is growth, but it is not growth, small of, I don't know how to explain it. So a lady was called in, so they did from down there, because they were not seeing it. And when I was tested, apart from my testing, when they were testing it, they saw I'm pregnant. Oh God, I had recorded all that. I was so happy. So when I was being done the other scanning, the lady was like, the baby is not in the womb. The baby is in the fallopian tube. So I didn't understand what she was saying. So she sent me back to the doctor. So when I went to the doctor, he was like, you know when you're excited, you're pregnant, Then when you go to the doctor, he tells you you have an ectopic pregnancy. I was like, what is ectopic pregnancy? You know, I had even to Google research about ectopic pregnancy. That was after. I was like in denial, you know. So when I was told I was in ectopic pregnancy, the first person I called, I remember I told the doctor told me, the gyna, it's because it's ectopic, what we have to do, and it was 5 weeks pregnant, we have to go for an operation. So I was like, no, why should we go for an operation? And I don't know, I hope you guys are seeing me well. I was like, maybe I should push the camera here. So I was like, I was telling the doctor, maybe I was in denial or something. I was telling the doctor, no, but we can keep the pregnancy. I was like, in my mind, I was like, wherever the baby is, the baby, it can grow. So the doctor was explaining to me, it will burst. I think the fallopian tube, it will burst if the baby continues to grow. So he was telling me it should be an emergency CS. Oh, guys. So the first person I called was him, my man. No, I don't want to remember some stuff. I was in denial, and just know, guys, I was in denial. It wasn't a good message from the doctor, because I was so excited. I expected this baby. So I was like, maybe I should get another second opinion, because with him, with the first gyna, and I went to a famous gyna, by the way, he was like, no, there is no other option. Let's just do a CS. I was like, I've just come in to get checked, my first clinic, and then what the fuck is this doctor telling me, my people? I was like, what the fuck are you telling me? I was excited, my man was excited, we had plans. Then you're fucking telling me I go for a CS. And I was like, I'm going for a CS. And he was insisting I go for a CS. They cut one fallopian tube, the one that had the baby. Then I go back home without a baby. I was like, nah, no. I'm not doing that. So I went back home and I called my husband. I'm like, do you know I was insisting on the CS, by the way, after accepting it later? But he was like, no, we are not doing CS. So I went for a second opinion to another doctor, because that the gyna refused any other option. He was like, we just have to do a CS. And that one for cutting, he didn't give me another option. And guess what? He was telling me the amount of money we had to pay, 200,000. No. I was like, no, So I went for another second opinion to a gyna again. I went for another scanning. And guess what? He was telling me the same thing. But with him, he gave me two options. He gave me for the one that you enter through the kitovu. What is kitovu in English? I don't know the word kitovu. I've forgotten the word. What is kitovu in English, my people? Kindly comment. So that one that they cut here, the belly button, yeah. But they do the incision. Like that one is more modernized, but that one is much more expensive. So I was like, they cut your fallopian tube, then they remove the baby, then they wash you very well and all that. So when we were discussing with my man, he was like, no, we are not doing that. But for me, I was for it because I was ignorant. Do you know, guys, no one close to me, I've never heard of ectopic pregnancy. No one close to me has ever had ectopic pregnancy. Or if they had, no one has ever voiced it out. You get? So I've never seen someone going through that process of ectopic pregnancy. So it was a shock for me. It was a shock to my man. It was a shock to the people around us who are with us on this journey. So it was just stressful. So the gyna was like, you have two options. Either we do that one for belly button, or we do that one, the normal CS. But I was not for it. We were not for it. Especially my man. Him. If not for him, my people, I would have done CS. With him, he was like, nah. No. That is money. We are wasting money. It's not about money, you get. It's about my health and everything. But I was like, we were thinking, I've had CS before with my kids. But imagine having CS, your fallopian tube has been cut. So I would have remained with one fallopian tube. My mind wasn't accepting that. So guys, now you know. That's why I've been absent for like two whole months. Yeah. So if you're new to my channel, kindly subscribe, like, comment. If you've gone through any issue with your pregnancy, ectopic pregnancy, kindly comment below. I'd love to hear your story. So this is my part 1 of the story. I'll tell you guys the options that we had and the options that we did and the option that worked for us instead of doing CS. Okay? Later, my people. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for always supporting me. Support this channel, my people. Let us grow together. Bye-bye.